type of medicine.
Something that you can touch. A spaceship.
A bird.
A dinosaur. Grass. A ninja turtle.
It's either a muscle in your body or it's a type of organ.
A gland behind the stomach that's pretty small and doesn't do a massive part.
Yeah, everyone says their mum's the best mum in the world, and for me, my mum was. She just did everything. She put everyone before herself, and she was a very special lady.
Mum was my inspiration through my whole childhood, and really the woman that I wanted to become. I can't overstate how wonderful she was.
She got diagnosed in November 2011. I was overseas at the time, playing for Australia in England, and got a phone call from my brother that morning, and he told me Mum had cancer, and which was very hard to hear. I remember asking the question. I said, what sort of cancer? And the minute I heard the word pancreatic, my legs just went to jelly, and that was, I knew then and there that the chances of her beating it were going to be very slim, and I was on the first plane home.
We were told it was terminal, that she'd have 7 months to live. It started in her pancreas, but it had already spread all throughout her lungs and through many other parts of her body. The first time we went for her chemotherapy, Mum made bandanas for all of us to wear, because she said, if my hair's going to fall out, I'm not going to be the only one wearing a bandana, let's go as a team. So we had some beautiful bonding moments with her, as horrible as it was during those months.
I've had friends lose parents to pancreatic cancer. Close mates of mine, Benji Marshall, lost his father to pancreatic cancer as well. And with other cancers, there's been developments, there's been improvements, in treatments, in research. But you look at pancreatic cancer, and there's been no improvement in the last 20 to 30 years. We need to do something collectively to try and find a cure for this disease, because it's just terrible.
I'm involved with Purple Our World and raising the awareness of pancreatic cancer because too many people don't know the symptoms. There's not enough awareness of the treatment, and we really need to work towards a cure. I'm very passionate about working with the medical community to one day find a cure for pancreatic cancer. It's a huge killer, and yet it's one of those cancers that people don't talk about. There are a lot of reasons for that. People don't know what a pancreas is. I didn't know what a pancreas was when Mum was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. And that's why we need to raise awareness, so people can, if they're aware of those symptoms early or aware of pancreatic cancer in their family, that they can do something about it.
Pancreatic cancer research is so important because it is a true killer. It's almost a death sentence. There is massive moves in many other diseases which have much more funding and almost not been ignored as much as pancreatic cancer. Pancreatic cancer is a key killer for men, women, and we need to stop how this disease actually progresses rapidly. So my group at the Garvan Institute looks at the spread of cancers. So as we know, in many cancers, including pancreatic cancer, which is highly metastatic and highly spreading throughout the body, we are trying to understand how this occurs and reduce this to enhance the likelihood of patients' survival from this disease. So what this will mean is, if we can treat these patients early enough, we can stop the actual tumour spreading. This means that surgeons are more likely to be able to resect this tumour. Those who do spread, we can minimise how much it spreads and how long and how fast and aggressively that disease progresses. My expertise is in the spread of pancreatic cancer. I've worked in breast, I've worked in skin, I've worked in head and neck cancers, and I chose pancreatic cancer because one of the main killers and one of the main problems with this disease is when you're diagnosed, you've already got locally and highly invasive cancers about to occur or already begun. If we can understand this, we can fundamentally make changes in this vicious disease. Pancreatic cancer has stood at a standstill with a survival rate at around 5 to 7%, And actually, if you're diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, you have a 95% chance of dying within that year following diagnosis. So we really need to do much more in this disease.